It's Friday, December 1st, 2023. This is it, the countdown, the final countdown. And I just got banned. No, didn't get banned. Probably got a copyright infringement for doing that. It's just that simple, folks. All right, now that I mentioned it, they're definitely looking at it. Mention the word and then it will come. The devil, speak of the devil, and these shall appear. Okay, lots of devils out there. Good Lord, help me. There was one thing I was going to talk about. It was China. That's what it was. China! See, I'm going into these videos and you just never know. I mean, I got one thing to talk about, then I get off on all these different tangents, and then there's other things that come up, and then I forget to talk about those. And anyway, it doesn't really matter. I'm just here for the entertainment. If you're watching it, I hope you're entertained. But in China, and actually in Ohio too, there's an outbreak of some, all right. First it was the dogs. They're saying, oh, there's a dog lung respiratory disease out there. Be careful, take care of your dogs. And then we're hearing about the China stuff. There's a lot going on in China, some kind of respiratory infection and illness, whatever it may be. Oh, but it's not COVID. It's not COVID. It's okay. As if it matters if it is COVID, because the coronavirus is just another freaking virus. It's no big deal. It was on Lysol cans, Clorox wipes before we had the pandemic. It was a normal thing, but we had to go and rebrand it and make it something more than it was, to lock everything down and sell a bunch of pharmaceuticals. Pfizer got rich, and now I see that Pfizer is a tangent. I see that Pfizer's pulling their weight loss drug off the market because that's the big thing, all these weight loss drugs. Well, they don't work unless you keep taking them. Oh, perfect! Just another drug that you got to take the rest of your life so you're not fat, instead of having some self-discipline. And I'm sorry, some people do have problems. I mean, they got something wrong with them, and they need to lose weight, whatever, it's hormonal, this and that. But you see these actresses, people, oh, I'm going to get thin, I'm going to get skinny. And, they're touting it, oh, it's great, you can lose weight. But you got to be on it the rest of your life. Oh, yeah, and it causes all these intestinal problems, blockages, that, it's in the fine print. Ask your doctor if it's right for you. Yeah, do you want colon blow? You want your colon to blow up? It's right for you. So anyway, Pfizer's pulling that off. So guess what? Their stock is plunging, kind of pre-pandemic levels. And so, this time they're not just giving a blank card to just do whatever they want. Blank check. Carte blanche. So anyway, I didn't even get off on this stuff, but the whole thing with this respiratory illness thing that's going around, you see them building the fear factor. It's December 1st. It's officially winter, meteorological winter. And so, storm season's over. Only had 2 named storms. I should say 2 storms that made landfall in Florida. Climate change, though. The whole state should have been wiped out. It was horrible. Well, we had 2 hurricanes that make landfall. Not a bad season, considering all the doom and gloom and catastrophe that is at our doorstep. But December 1st, they call it meteorological winter. And so here we are. Oh, they're shifting gears, flipping switches. It's December 1st. It's go time. And so now it's time for the scary respiratory illness of the year, the killer. Let's roll that out, scare everybody. China, it's exploding. It might come here. Oh, we got some cases in Ohio now. There's Cincinnati. Look out. The China thing, they said this on the mainstream news. Their expert doctors actually said it. Said, well, the reason why it's spreading so badly in China is because they really heavily quarantined. So they weren't able to build up they weren't able to build up their immune systems by being exposed to all this stuff in the air. So therefore they're weaker and now they're more susceptible to this stuff. So wait a minute. Mainstream news says we've got a respiratory illness or issue in China. And the reason why it probably is worse than it should be is because during the pandemic, the government's made people stay in their houses. And by doing that, they weren't able to go out and, you know, be exposed to more disease, germs, viruses, and all that stuff, so that their immune system could build up. So, does that, like, make anybody think? They lock you down, quarantine you, don't want you to deal with other people and be out in the air. And by doing that, because that happened, now you're more susceptible to getting sicker. Because your immune systems are weaker, because you're not exposed to all this other stuff. But that's what they do. And this is what they're reporting. They don't say that, well, yeah, maybe we made a mistake. We shouldn't have probably locked everybody down. And maybe we wouldn't have this problem. No, they don't say that. It's just, move along! Nothing to see here! Forget the past. It's water under the bridge. It's raining today. A lot of water. Water in ditch. Water on the horse. It's water under the bridge. Don't worry about it. It's gone. It's move along. Let's just move along. We need to forgive each other. We need to be better people. Meanwhile, you know, you're trying to put everybody in jail that won't wear a mask, that wants to, you know, be able to go to school, go to restaurants, and go do things. And oh no, can't do that. Let's shut all those businesses down. Just order things. Order things from Amazon, from Walmart. It's all right. No worries. Let these corporations get rich while we put mom and pops out of business. Not a problem. And now it turns out that, well, maybe that wasn't the best thing. Maybe we shouldn't have done that. But they won't admit that. But that's what happened. Needed a stronger immune system. Well, they want to tell us that no, you just need to get the prick in the arm. That's going to help you. When it's been pretty much debunked that that prick in the arm for the pandemic V19 didn't even help. Actually might have done more damage. A lot of research out there. Do your own research on that. But there are a lot of people who've done the research. And it turns out it probably wasn't a good idea. Oh, but Pfizer did well. Yeah, baby. And I love it. Speaking of that, the weight loss drugs. I mean, that's the big rage. What the heck is this? Oh, it's my parts. My relays. Backup furnace. All right. But yeah, I mean, we're always looking for the next thing to suck you into being addicted for the rest of your life. And this time it's Pfizer, you know, trying to enter all these weight loss drugs. And Pfizer, you know, how bad does it have to be that Pfizer pulls the drug off the market? I mean, really, how bad does that drug have to be? When Pfizer pulls it, I mean, it must be pretty bad. Probably kills the patient. That way they can't, you know, we got to keep them alive as long as possible. We got to keep you taking it as long as possible. So the idea is we want to weaken you and make you dependent, but we don't want to kill you. Not right away. We want to get about 20 years out of you first. And then have insurance pay it, and the government pay it, and Medicare pay it, and, you know, and all the money that gets made up out of nothing, you know, and more inflation. It's all good. It's no worries. That's a very sustainable system. Anyway, speaking of non-sustainable systems, this weekend, yeah, the 4th, actually, Bittrex Global closes down. Now, Bittrex used to operate in the U.S. There's a lot of coins, you know, you could get DigiByte, Red Coin, you know, a lot of different coin, I think. You know, a lot of the coins that weren't big cap coins that actually were good projects. Proof of work coins. And I know people say Red Coin's not proof of work, it's proof of stake. Well, it was proof of work until everything got mined out, and then it went to proof of stake. And I do like Red Coin. It's just that it's not on any exchanges, you know, so a lot of people don't hear about it. There's some things that I'd like to see them do. But, I mean, I think the spirit of the coin is good. And it's kind of cool because it's one of those coins to where you can stake it on your own computer, uses very little resources. And, you know, you get to participate in crypto without having to buy mining equipment and all that stuff, you know, so the computer, you know, you run the core wallet and then you get rewards for staking your coins and you support the network that way. Very decentralized that way. Maybe that's a way going forward. Very decentralized where you got a lot of people running a lot of laptops rather than a lot of heavy equipment, and then you can transfer value, you know, between yourselves. I always thought it'd be a good thing for like a town or something, to to adopt something like Redcoin, to where businesses could take it, very low cost of entry, and you could kind of build your own ecosystem. I always thought that'd be good to do with a crypto, and I always thought, oh, maybe Redcoin. And that way people could get rewarded, they could get, run it and support the network, and businesses could offer a discount. And I don't know. Just getting to the crypto mindset and getting into it, I think is very important. And it seems like that's been lost. It really has. Johnny talked about it a little bit yesterday on Lisa's show, on the lovely Litecoin Lisa. I will be there at 4 o'clock Central Time on Happy Hour today. Go check it out. The link is in the description. But Johnny Litecoin was talking about it yesterday a little bit, where adoption. He came out of the gate, and a lot of us did, hey, we need adoption. We need to get people to use this stuff. And then you run into a wall of the banking cartel. The banking industry doesn't want to integrate it. There's ways to integrate it into all their payment systems, and they just don't want any part of it. They want to do it their way. They want to roll it out in PayPal, to where you can buy your crypto, use your crypto in PayPal. Now you can withdraw it, so that's good. But they want you kind of in that system, and they want to be the gateway. They want to be the payment provider. So basically, you can't really directly pay with crypto if you're on PayPal. You convert it to dollars and then pay. So, I don't know. The merchant, or I should say the networks, they want to continue doing what they're doing for whatever reason, rather than going directly crypto. And I get it. There are a lot of reasons, but it doesn't stop us from doing that. It doesn't stop you from doing a peer-to-peer transaction. And I rail against Bitcoin a lot. Just because I'm more of a old school thinker when it comes to this crypto. I don't like the government, what it's done. I don't like how they've abused the money. All governments bastardize the money and really just screw you out of your energy. And I want an alternative to that. That works. That doesn't cost me. That it's, Visa, it could be a 2% fee, a 5% fee. The merchant pays that. So they're jacking up their price that much when they're taking these cards. But you think, oh, I get 1% back on every purchase. No, the person you're buying it from is paying for it. You just don't realize it. And so somebody's getting screwed, and the costs are built in and you don't see it. The thing is, you go to a cryptocurrency, I want to do like the Satoshi white paper says. You want to read the Satoshi white paper, go to clintwestwood.net, and there is a link to it, and you can read the Satoshi white paper. Just read the abstract at the top that tells you everything you need to know, probably the first sentence. A peer-to-peer electronic cash system without any intermediary involved is an important thing. Anyway, it's important, and it can happen. And it ticks me off that you can't do that with Bitcoin anymore. And I get why. It's just that it is what it is. You got a 1 megabyte block. It's only got so much room. You only get one every 10 minutes. And it's like this train that shows up every 10 minutes, and it's the size of a taxi cab. And you're trying to jam everybody up. No more room. Next. Now you can pay more, to jump in front of the line. And that's where these high fees come in. But that's not a useful currency when you're doing trades every day, a peer-to-peer electronic currency where you want to, interact and make deals and pay. It's just not a good payment coin. It's good to lock it up. It's like gold. You basically lock it up and never do anything with it until you want to buy something huge, and then you don't care about the fee. It's like, I got to pay 5%. I don't care. Okay. It's fine. But on a daily transactional basis, it really bites you. And so that's why I like Litecoin. That's why I like DigiByte. And if we're going to do a new system, it's got to work. It's got to be something that people can use, and there's a low cost of entry. And that's what I'm looking for. So anyway, the whole merchant thing, I hate that they take control of it. You don't actually use crypto, and you really don't. You can buy it and sell it on there, and it's just an investment, basically, an investment vehicle. It's not really being used for what it's being used for. And that, like I said, the original idea of being able to just not even use the vampire system, to have an alternative to it, that was the spirit of the Bitcoin white paper that so many of the early Bitcoiners believed in. They don't believe in that anymore. So many of the new people who have come into Bitcoin, it's just, I'm an alpha male maxi. All you suck. Women, you're terrible. Everybody's a beta male. I'm the man. I love red meat. I hate you, F you. And, and that's the attitude. I am the winner. I'm the top of the food pyramid scale, whatever, food chain. I'm sorry to say, food pyramid. Well, they may be, because Bitcoin might eat their lunch, because it's going to eat them up in fees. No, you're not the top of the food chain. The Sasquatch is the top of the food chain. You just don't realize it. So it's just frustrating to see that mentality where it's just very closed-minded. This is the only way. It has to be this way. You know, I'm right, you're wrong. And there's room. All of this is necessary. Blocks fill up on Bitcoin. Blocks will fill up on Litecoin. Blocks will fill up on Dogecoin. I mean, you need alternative chains. And people will say, well, you just build it on, vertically. No, that's really, they're going to single point of failure then. Who wants that? I want as many coins out there as possible. And you know what? If I want to run a red coin node that, there's no dollar value to it, basically, I want to be able to do that. I don't care. I can still transact value in it. I can say, hey, here's 1 million red coin, and what do I get, a cigar out of it or something? But it doesn't matter. I mean, who wants to be doing test transactions on Bitcoin to learn how to use crypto? That's why they don't do it. And see, all the maximalists, they don't use Bitcoin. It's all about an investment vehicle. Price go up, number go up in dollar terms. The one thing we're trying to get away from. You need these other networks if you want to learn how to use crypto. I mean, you don't want to be doing it on Bitcoin and spending all these high transaction fees. And the thing is, if the only thing you do is buy a Bitcoin and hodl it, do you even know how to use it or how to get it out when you need to? I mean, seriously, practice with another crypto. Understand how to use crypto. You don't have to use your Bitcoin. I wouldn't use my Bitcoin, really, if that were the case. Use the other cryptos to learn how to use it. And it's just a very similar process. But get used to doing it. I mean, you think you got something, but if you don't know how to use it, it's like, man, I got ARs, I got M16s, AK-47s, I got all these guns, and then you know how to put the clip in. You don't even know how to use it. You don't know how to turn the safety off. What good is it? It doesn't do you any good. You got to learn how to use this stuff. So take your 22 out and practice with that. And you're like, okay, now I'm comfortable. Okay, this is how this works. Okay. And then you can, anyway, you get the idea. Take your BB gun out first, practice on that, pellet gun, and then, move on up. It's just that it's frustrating. It is. It's very obvious to me, that the way forward is completely, let's decentralize as much as possible. Let's have as many coins as possible out there and let them sink or swim, based on participation and usage. I mean, there's no reason to stamp out all the competition. That doesn't make any sense unless all you care about is yourself and your investments. And you're a selfish, greedy, hateful person. And that's kind of what it boils down to. I see a lot of these people, and they are just not nice people. They don't like other people. And it's sad. They got some issues to work out with themselves. They really do. But, it is what it is. Everybody's got their own path. And so I'm just telling you what I think. You go start a channel and tell me what you think. And I don't have to watch you, and you don't have to watch me. I'm just trying to, get my head around, what that mentality is, where they're coming from, because everybody has a different story and a reason why they're coming from it. So I don't know. Anyway, it is Friday, 4 p.m. Central Time. Join us on the lovely Litecoin Lisa's YouTube channel. Her link is below. I'll be in the bar smoking a cigar. I don't know what I'm going to drink today. It's a rainy day. It's kind of maybe a scotch day. Definitely a, I don't know. It's not a light, fruity day. It's more of a little bit more dreary day. So I have to find a drink to match that, match the mood. I know there's a lot of things to talk about. I've got a couple of things that I want to bring up, what's going on. But yeah, the most important thing is this weekend, December 4th, something shuts down. It's Bittrex Global shuts down, but Binance USD, the stable coin, BUSD, in December, it's going away. So if you've got anything in that, I would get it out. Same with Bittrex Global, get it out right now. I mean, get your funds out. And for that matter, any exchange, get them out. I mean, there's too many things. There's too many banks closing. There's too many regulations happening. There's too many things changing where one day we're going to wake up and say, okay, that's it. We're not doing it this way anymore. And it's starting to happen. I mean, it really is. So I would definitely, if there's any lesson I've ever learned, is never, ever, ever have your crypto on an exchange and leave it. Buy it and get it off. Put it in your own possession, in your own wallet. Same with the banks. Don't leave your cash in the bank. It's just not, only as much as you need to pay the bills. Use it as just like a bill payment service. Get it in and get it out. You got any extra? Go to the ATM and pull it out. Better to have the cash. Get the assets in your own possession, because I think we're going into not asset wars, but maybe asset wars, but an asset-driven economy. You either have it or you don't have it. And if you've got a derivative, you don't have it. All right, it's Friday. Love you all. Hope you have a wonderful day. See you on Happy Hour at 4 p.m. Central Time on the lovely Litecoin Lisa's channel. Trust yourself, trust your path, trust your instincts, trust your gut. You know better than anybody else what you need to do. And your body tells you that, your instincts tell you that. Follow them. Follow them. Trust yourself. And don't trust vampires. All they want to do is take your energy. They don't produce. All they do is feed. All right. Love you all. Have a wonderful Friday.